carry this game. Oh boy. So he's gone full skill matchup against the Akali. Still something that can punish squishy targets. But this more, this is possibly Dignitas's best chance to pick up a win so far. Like, I just see...
Don't know for sure as River decides that there's nothing to be found, whereas Jensen would look for a dive with Armand onto Licorice.
Oh, yeah.
Dragon's Rage not even gonna be enough. That's first blood over to the Fed LeBlanc, and Dignitas Spawn is gonna clip on a kill as well. Hui was caught out by Santorin.
Yeah, and there's just no coordination from Golden Guardians at the moment. Kill and 2 plates over for Jensen, and a teleport.
Are now left to fend for themselves under the tower. Gory is in the area as well, but Santorin alone is going to allow Dignitas' bot lane to still survive amidst the pressure.
Just trying to get gold onto a win condition. Oh, they're going for 6A.
They're flashing on a Stixay. Stixay still has a flash to work with. I hope this isn't too far forward for Santorin. Wild Growth keeps him alive. Stixay calls him backwards, but the Pix shield is going to keep him alive for now. Spawn tries to flash away. Pervert stuns him up, and now Stixay is unleashed. The bubble is what clips him in the end. And just like that, Golden Guardians fire right on back.
Disaster for Dignitas.
Benefits of what seems more of a given play rather than an earned play.
Yeah, I'll have to
Dignitas should be able to secure this, but it's still 6,000 HP. All 5 members from Dig are here. Licorice isn't, and yet Golden Guardians are still wanting to go forward. Spawn gets taken out by Corey. Santorin forced to go over the wall. 1,000 HP on the Rift Herald. Santorin can't even contest it. Golden Guardians. Licorice wasn't even there. Crashing it into the mid wave. It's going to break open the map for Golden Guardians. And as we talked about before, the skirmishing potential of Dignitas being somewhat slowed in their Zeri scaling department. Jensen still is pretty significant. Have to do it off a time where the top wave is massively shoved and then immediately book Arma towards the bottom side of the map in preparation. So it looks like they're doing the groundwork so far, at least.
Jax is okay, but I just think their Baron is too slow at the moment. But they could still try and get a pick there. Like, if they get 2 or 3 kills, then just because it's going to be 20 minutes.
Or the way that the lead has pandered around, but also just being super decisive. Wow, the Glacial Prison still connected. Oh no, Jensen gets cooled down by Stixay. And Golden Guardian is going to continue pushing this lead. This tower is also gone.
Man, that first pick Sejuani. River is on point, 100% kill participation.
As they are just setting up complete control as Gory wants to go for the total kill. Oh my god, he still has perfect execution. Jensen is forced to go back, but he's got nowhere to go. God damn, Gory, that was beautiful.
That was huge. They completely shut down Jensen in the side lane. Armut is off on the other side, can't do much. Santorin loses all their health. This is just
maximizing the lead that they can get through the side lanes, but Golden Guardians are now poised to just take over and complete this game. And a seemingly better identity for themselves.
Yeah. Oh.
Might have to hold that. Jensen, no teleport available, Distortion already gone, and yeah, that is a dead LeBlanc. I mean, Golden Guardians
at the moment, and like even this Golden Guardians team, full credit for their turnaround, and it looks like they will be able to take down or at least compete with the top teams, but we just don't know. Like, just to remind people, the first week they had Youngin, played well, but is not the intended starter. They lost to EG and C9 as they're going to be breaking this Nexus turret or inhibitor turret very quickly. Cut me off if a fight happens. I'm trying to read.
No, you're good. You're good.
Week 2, they played FlyQuest and TL. TL was looking better back then.
Sure.
But we kind of saw that as like, okay, those were some of the top 4 teams. Since then, they've played teams at the bottom half of the standings, and they've rightly beaten them, which puts them squarely in the middle. And unlike other teams, like, they've beaten the teams below them and lost to the teams above them. They're the anti-COG currently.
They are the middle point at the moment, but the way that they have been dominating, even if it is Dignitas, I mean, Golden Guardians just look so...
There's no winning position with the way they're playing. They're just 5 people in 5 different places. They're all behind. Nothing good can happen. Like, they need to at least have...
Just goes into the Shroud, gets out, no trouble whatsoever.
Close. They're almost too tanky. I mean, it's just hard to get an Akali at that point in the game, and now they're collapsing onto Jax.
Goodbye, Armut. You will be missed, my friend. Golden Guardians just making their way ever so closely into the base and towards the end. Dignitas are just holding on to the very grasp of this base, and Golden Guardians just making do on the promise ever since their very first content video aired, where they addressed everyone not so politely with a very strong message. Golden Guardians are continuing to deliver as they have now taken out 2 inhibitors in the base, and maybe gives them that confidence needed to go and rematch against the teams that they lost to in the first opening weeks of the split.
I like how slow Golden Guardians is playing this.
Yeah, being careful with their lead. They know that they just want to close this one out cleanly. I mean, just like that.
Beauty.
No Vi ultimate available now for Dignitas, so they have no way to engage, and good God! Look away from the screen, chat, turn off the monitor! This is not safe for a family-friendly stream anymore! Golden Guardians are slaughtering Dignitas! Spawn is trying to stand tall and fire right on back, but all you can do as Azeri is just hope and pray that Golden Guardians show mercy! Spawn is doing everything that he can, but it's still not enough damage!
Hey!
Yeah!
That's why he picked Lee Sin!
Licorice goes and kicks him in the face, kicks him out of the game! Golden Guardians close it out!
14.
There it is, K'Sante locked in for solo, so that's going to be the choice here up against the Scion. K'Sante obviously very tanky himself, but can become a very great threat given the opportunity. Sure that they can get themselves leads even without securing the kills. There goes the Herald, there's the money in Boogie's pocket, eyeball in inventory. Solo's even gonna knock Armit back down into the river. Remember, there's no ulti, there's no flash, there's no way out. This just does not feel like any sort of a comparison. Solo is more than comfortable in that situation still. So as long as the attention is on the bottom side, it is also almost that much for Spawn over Neo, and this is where Dignitas are gonna have to try to play around and fight around. As Boogie's stuck in the middle of 3, Chime's ulti hits nobody, it's a big whip. Santorin now wild growth to try to stay alive as Spawn swoops in from the side and looks for the damage on Neo. He gets away after being polymorphed. Maple's still trying to fire back, but the shockwave hurts him. He flashes over the wall to bring Santorin with him, and Seismic Shove throws the tree right back into the ice. He just needs to do his job and win the game, and he can do it on a lot of different chances.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that given Rampa's casting here, you guys don't have a bleep button up here, but Chime did say he's really effing good on takes when I talked to him earlier. So we got to see that yesterday, and now we see the second Herald being used to take away that mid-turret from the Orianna. I do like this from the side of TSM, because now they can use their priority in the sides to try and collapse.
TP coming in now, too. They don't want to just give away this next trade. Maple's coming in with the Weaver's Wall. Beauty. The Seismic Shove, the collapse, and the death. But they've studied Spawn more than I think anybody else here on the team has because of your extensive history, casting him in Academy. You've talked about how they have a lot of the Dress Trinket into the Baron pit just to make sure nobody from TSM was rushing that down. But TSM's not concerned about the Baron. They're concerned about the enemy AD carry. And Spawn just gets deleted. Neo grabs the killing spree. They take out the piece they needed to remove. Get this, no problem. You've got Armit just trying to trade back in the bottom lane. He'll grab the tier 2. But it's a small consolation prize for TSM, wearing that Baron 21 minutes into the game.
And that timing was so perfect for TSM too, because now they get the blitz out of the base with the Baron buff to set up for this Dragon that is Soul Point, denying the response from Dignitas.
He's trying to get back whatever he might be able to get back. Maple can't deal with him in a 1v1 situation, so Jensen will grab the tier 1 turret. They're just trying to buy as much time as they can. The rest of TSM currently focusing on that Drake that will bring them to Soul Point, like you said. And now for the rest of the game, the pressure around Dignitas is going to feel pretty suffocating.
Yeah, that Baron hurts so much because, again, we were talking about Dignitas like, hey, you know, they can scale if it gets to 2-3 items, you know, they can maybe find a fight, but the amount of gold that TSM is going to get from that Baron with the standing objectives, I mean, the bot outer falls for free. You got to imagine the goal for TSM is to knock down the next 2 inners.
To defend. Maple's just going to be able to knock this over. Boogie keeps Jensen away long enough to get that turret low. And it's the cannon minion enchanted with Baron, just takes it out. The base is now cracked on the side of Dig, and the tier 2 turret's gonna fall right after.
I know that Dignitas has really struggled this split, but still TSM, they're making
the waves however he can. It's a 4-man push from TSM here in the top side. Maple being the man set apart because he's the one who can join most easily. Calling will find a little bit of damage. Armit wants the engage. Dig's going in, 5 minutes strong, but the problem is Maple's already joined up. Now Armit's caught on the wrong side of the wall, and Jensen is too. Maple keeps firing back into Ignar as Dignitas trying to maintain that line. Oh, it's not gonna work. Neo's on a rampage and Spawn's back in Spawn as we've got Dignitas falling back in for retreat, and TSM keeping it rolling.
That wall from Maple was so good. It set up actually able to find Spawn, pulls him back into the rest of the team. Oh, it's the Q knockup that got him as the Aphelios is dragged in, and now back to live. Maple already finding a lot of damage. Dignitas getting zoned out.
Santorin at 40% HP. Chime's bubble should guarantee his fate. Solo, meanwhile, has found the rest of the team. Ignar's going to be your target now as Boogie goes forward, secures the stun. Maple's got the shove. Easy.
Everyone had them 8, 9, mostly at 10. All the analysts had him at 10. I had him at 10. And this team sitting at 5 and 4 after the first round robin.
All right, the great Jensen hunt is on.
Cannot TP out.
Run, Jensen, run!
Maybe
Jensen,
not.
run! Okay, they don't have the hard CC to get him in time. Or do they? Yes, they do. Avert your eyes, young viewers.
Fine from Maple again. I think if you're facing TSM, Maple's bought Talia bans at this point. You cannot give this guy Talia. He's ran 3 games now for TSM, especially with the help of Boogie for me, who has been the big highlight of this match. The fact he got Maokai behind early made it so much easier for his lanes to play out. He took the flash out of both solo laners. Boogie was that's nice.
TSM's kind of taken out their 8th turret of the game, however, and it looks like there's not a whole lot that Dignitas can do about it. Jensen just now respawning. I think this is the last stand of the Dignitas boys here in the first round robin of Spring 2023. They're down 10,000 gold. Their opponents have Mountain Soul. They got to try to pull off some sort of a miracle here. TSM aren't going to give them the chance. They're going to back away after taking Dignitas has to answer. TSM, slow and steady wins the race, and they will slowly and steadily force Armit to flash away as they continue pushing forward and applying pressure onto the last remaining tier 3 turret in the Dignitas base. Solo and Chime end up getting some damage. Gefellio's ulti finds TSM, but they're so far behind, it's not going to give Dignitas the opportunity to follow up meaningfully. Nexus turrets are melting to minions all the while. TSM moving over to help them along into the grave. As Dignitas lose their first Nexus turret, Armit's going to be thrown up into the air. Spawn looking for some damage onto Solo, but won't get enough to kill him. Third inhibitor dies, bottom lane now. Armit again, just staying on the front line, trying to soak, trying to just waste any time that he can from TSM. Solo's still at about 25% HP. They go in after Maple, but he buys time here with the Zonias. Neo's unstoppable, Spawn is dead. Dignitas back into the fountain. Neo's gonna keep him there, Maple's gonna keep him there. Solo doesn't care, he's back onto the next